Are we
All
back?
right, we're live.
All right, welcome everybody to Oils with Mosey Group. I have a wonderful guest speaker today, Bonnie Donahue. I'm so excited for her to be joining us live. She is an amazing woman. She's the creator of Essential Oils for Moms. You have to go check out her page here on Facebook. She also blogs at bonniedonahue.com, and she's been an amazing leader, mentor, teacher with my journey through oils, and so I'm very excited to have her here sharing about oils today. So welcome, Bonnie.
Yay! Oh, that was so sweet. Thank you so much. I'm honored to be here. I love talking about oils. They've changed my family's life. And I just want to say a few things about Mosey also because she's one of our top rising leaders. She's like always one of our top enrollers, which means she's helping a lot of people get healthier, right? And she's also signing up all of Bahamas. So she's really motivated. She's creative. She's consistent. She's always showing up for people. And you can tell she just leads with her heart and passion. And I'm excited to learn from you, Mosey, when hearing how you use the oils. And that's what I love about doing these things like one-on-one like this is that we can learn from each other because everyone has different oil experiences because they have different needs and they have different, kids at different ages and different health issues. So I'm excited that we can learn from each other. And then for the people listening live or catching the recording, please feel free to share your 2 cents, right? Share how you're using the oils. What questions do you have? What health concerns are you dealing with? Because we like to tailor our classes toward you. Okay, so with that being said, we're going to be hopefully 30 minutes is our goal, right? Although we could talk about oils forever. So we will not do that for you on this wonderful, beautiful day. It's like finally warming up and just wonderful. So what we like to do is go over 3 cool things about essential oils, okay? And then we like to talk about 3 ways to use the essential oils. And then we have a collection of the top 10 oils that we like to talk about. And I'm just going to go through one by one with Mosey. And we just want to share how we're using the oils just practically in our homes every day. Okay, some we use every day and some we only bring out like the big guns when needed. And then we'll share that with you guys and just, again, hopefully answer questions along the way. I'll quickly introduce my own health story, but I have 4 kids. And so that's like why the essential oils for moms. I love working with moms, but not only not just dealing with the kids and their needs because they have a lot of needs, right? Especially the more you get into oils, they have emotional benefits. And I feel like our kids in today's time need them more than ever. We need to help them emotionally dealing with everything that's going on in the world and school and stress and pressure of life. And then all the way to helping them with every kind of little element that they're going through, cuts and scrapes to heating up their body to, all the different things in between, ear issues, head issues, there's for everything. So I love working with children, but my passion is mostly with the moms because when we don't feel our best, we cannot give our best, right? So I work with a lot of moms and we do everything for our kids all day, every day, but then this at the sacrifice of us, right? And our own health and our own self-care. And you cannot fill your family's cup or your spouse or your coworker or everyone around you if you are on empty, right? So I'm really passionate about filling up your own cup so you can kind of give back. And this really hit me home hard because I actually suffer from Lyme disease and my own health was suffering, and I was looking for something that I can do to boost up my immune system that would help me in a natural way before running to the medicine. Nothing against medicine, of course, but I wanted to try something natural first. And so what I found was that the oils helped me with my mood, helped me with boosting my immune system, and actually helping me with so many things from PMS to, like my mood to inflammation and everything in between. And so that's why after about 6 months of using the oils, my goal is to literally tell every woman I know about the essential oils and how they can feel the best as a mom and a wife and just a human, and give that love overflowing to everybody else. So that's kind of like where I'm coming from and my passion. And so a lot of the things I'm going to talk about are just things that I like to use personally from experience. And then Mosey, like I said, I want to hear from you too. So to be really quick, because I do get wordy, so I'm really trying to be quick. 3 cool things about essential oils. So I don't know if people on here, if they've been using oils before, they're brand new. When I started with the oils, I was a brand new person. I guess everyone starts somewhere, but I remember knowing or not having any clue what oils were, but basically oils have been around for thousands of years, okay? It's in the Bible. If you've read the Bible, they were gifts to Jesus, gold, frankincense, and myrrh, and frankincense and myrrh are, actually I have the frankincense in front of me here, are, were the gifts, and Egyptians used them even before that. We actually were able to build, when they dug up old mummies, they found that the oils were so important to them, they were buried with their oils, right? And we know that the Egyptians were buried with anything that they wanted to use in their afterlife. Like that's what they believed, and they used them for perfumes, to spiritual reasons, to healthcare, they use them with everything they did. So they go back thousands of years. Hippocrates used them. His favorite oil was oregano to boost the immune system. That's actually one of my favorite oils also that I use to boost my immune system. But basically an oil is either distilled or cold pressed from the plant. doTERRA means gift from the earth. So it's from the roots, it's from the flowers, from the barks, from, any part of the plant, the citrus, it'd be from the peel, the leaves. Okay. So basically think of nature, and then they just took it and they, like think of a peppermint plant, because peppermint is one of the top 3 oils, right? And if you were to magnify the peppermint leaf, they're on the leaf, like there's little sacs of oils. We can't see them to the eye, only under the microscope, but that's the oil that's on the plant. And so we distill the oils from the plants. They're on the plants to keep the plants healthy, and that's what they do for us too. Okay, our body recognizes it, and it will find, as we go through the oils, your body knows what to do with them. Okay, they know where your body needs it, and even if you put it on the bottom of your foot, it will find the place that it needs to go. Okay, I swear this is scientific and it's awesome, and you can always read more information, but I like to give the very 101 version of it, because when I got started, that's all I could understand at the time. So that's what I like to share. I don't like to go into all the details. Like I said, this is just a 101 class. So basically 3 cool things. They're natural, right? So they're made from the plants, like what we just talked about. They're totally safe because nothing is added to the oil and nothing's taken away. Okay. It's literally just the plant. And one cool thing about doTERRA too is that every single bottle that you get is going to be the exact same. Okay. So it's if you're working on a protocol that you're using the oils, every bottle is going to have the same, the same benefits, the same properties. They are what they say they is in the bottle. Okay. So doTERRA goes and sources from 42 different countries, and they go to the indigenous source of where that plant grows naturally. And that's where they source it. So it's the highest quality, it's the most potent, and you're going to have the best benefits. Okay. The best compounds. And I always say, if you were to go to Hawaii, the pineapple in Hawaii is going to be like your best tasting pineapple you ever had, because that's where they grow, right? But if you took that same plant and you put it here in New Jersey, where I live, it would not taste the same. It would not have the same properties, and probably wouldn't have the same benefits, right? The vitamins, because this is not where it's supposed to grow. So that's why doTERRA does that. And we don't have enough time in the 30 minutes to talk about the sourcing as far as the co-impact sourcing as far as helping the farmers. But basically, we're changing the world not only when you buy an oil and you're changing your home, you're removing toxins and you're bringing in good oils into your home, but you are helping women in business, right? But you're helping the farmers all around the world. And what doTERRA is doing is they're building schools, or hospital or wherever, and we're helping communities in the poorest communities around the country. So look up co-impact sourcing and healing hands to really learn more about that, because we could talk for an hour just on that one thing. Don't you agree, Mosey?
Absolutely. And also go to sourcetoyou.com
Yep.
as well. So you can look up all of the things that Bonnie's talking about are on that website.
Yeah, it's amazing. And the videos, just have your tissues with you, because the videos make you cry. They really do.
Watch the vetiver video without totally breaking down.
Yeah, it's powerful, and what doTERRA is doing is powerful. And that's honestly, so the sourcing is one of the reasons why I chose doTERRA. And Mosey, I don't know if that's the same with you, because you can pick, there's so many oils now, like my gas station sells oils, right? So you can buy them anywhere, the dollar store, whatever, but you really want to get, like we were just talking about, the natural source. doTERRA is the #1 essential oil company. They have the most natural product, and it's not just, we don't just say that, but there's studies that are proven that doTERRA is what it says it is, which is important, especially when you're putting something so concentrated into your body. You want to get the purest, most potent, oil that has the most benefit, because that's why we're using oils. We want natural, we want something that works, right? And so, okay, so then the last thing is effective. Okay, so what I like to do, and this is very 101, so Mosey, this is like super 101, but pretend that this bottle is your cell, right? Okay, so, we probably have a lot of people in healthcare listening in this, so again, it's just 101, but when your body gets a bacterial infection, right? So you go to the doctor and they say, here's an antibiotic, and you can take care of it, because the infection is around the cell. And so you take it and you can get rid of it, and it's gone. Okay. This is the easiest way to explain it. But when you have a virus or a viral infection, it's because the virus is inside of the cell. Okay. And so if you go to the doctor, they say, go drink some water, rest, let it run its course, because most of the times there's not a medication for that. But because an essential oil is an oil, and your cell has an oil membrane, your essential oil can actually penetrate through the cell of your body and go into the deepest parts of your body, right, in the cell. So especially frankincense, all of them, they penetrate into the cells. Okay, so I think that's fascinating, and it's something that, it's just like a hidden secret that is becoming more mainstream now, that people are noticing the difference. So it's effective, essentially, and that's how it works. Do you have anything to add to that?
Very effective.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so just a little tidbit. Can I interject a little story?
Yeah,
so I've been going through a little cough in my house, and my son, my daughter picked it up, and she didn't want to use the oils that I wanted to use with her, because she's 12 and she's like, she will use certain things, but and within 2 days he was over what he was starting to get, and great sense on him getting better. And so we were like, even if we had to go to the doctor, we just saved money just on gas. Like, even if everything was free at the doctor, which it's not.
Right.
So anyway, so it's very cost effective as well.
Absolutely. You froze up a little bit on my end, right? So sorry. We missed part of it, but I agree. And I was talking to some women in Canada, because it is free when they go to the doctor, but it's that time also, but they're looking for natural solutions. But as far as the cost of it, it's pennies per drop, right? But they're like, It still takes time to go to the doctor. And we were joking, you still have to put a bra or pants on to get out.
I know.
But when you're sick too, or when you're dealing with something, you don't want to leave, because you're trying to rest and you're trying to heal,
Plus, there's all the extra things you get exposed to when you go out, and then when you go to the doctor's office, there's other things you have to deal with, and so secondary you know, types of things you could pick up are also a concern. I always think about that when taking my kids, you know, when they're healthy. I'm like, I don't really want to do this.
Exactly. Okay, so let's talk about 3 ways of using oils. I'm ready to start talking about the oils. So there's 3 ways to use essential oils, and there's so many ways in the ways. I'm just going to be the very basic ways. So the first way and the safest way, a very effective way is to, I think we lost Mosey, is to diffuse them. Okay. And this is a doTERRA diffuser. This is the petal diffuser, but basically you're putting the oils into the air. So they're going into the air and you're breathing them in. Anything you breathe in goes into the olfactory nerve, into the limbic system. Okay. And it literally, that's what tells your brain tells your brain your emotions you're having, your feelings. It can literally change your mood within a couple of minutes. Okay. Mosey, I don't know if you're still there. We can't see you. I don't know if she lost her camera. She was on her phone. So diffusing into the air. It's also one of the safest ways to get it in your home if you have children, because they're breathing it in, especially if you, like Mosey was saying, like if you have a stubborn child, not that hers was, but they're like, I don't want to put oil on, they can breathe it in and they don't even realize that they're getting a benefit. Okay. You can also take a drop and put it right into your hand and then just breathe it in. You kind of make your own little diffuser, a hand diffuser. Okay, so those are 2 really awesome ways to get it in. It's safe. You're just breathing it in. So that's called diffusing. Okay, so that's the most common way too. You can buy a diffuser anywhere nowadays, okay, because everybody wants to have their home smelling good, and it's becoming more, again, mainstream, that people don't want the chemicals and the plugins and all that kind of stuff in their home. Okay, so that's the first way. The second way is you can use it topically. And topically means just anywhere on the body or on the skin. Okay, so your skin's your largest organ. Anything you put on your skin gets absorbed right into your body, which is why we want to stay away from toxic chemicals, right? So I have frankincense here, for example. So frankincense is one of the best oils. I can't wait till we talk about it. But for an example, I will just share you just put a drop in your hand, just like that. I don't know if you guys can see that. Okay. You could put it, let's say you're dealing with wrinkles or acne or wherever. I'm just going to put this right on my neck because I don't want to put it on over my makeup. But, and then you breathe it in. So for frankincense, if you're not used to the smell of frankincense, it smells, I always call it like an antique shop. It does smell old, but then you learn to crave it. I love frankincense. It's one of my favorite oils. So the most popular spot to put essential oil on is the bottom of your feet. Okay, and we do that for a couple of reasons. It has the largest pores, it's the easiest to absorb, and it's the least sensitive spot. Okay, so the bottom of your feet. And I always think of, you know, when they say like grounding, and some of the people are talking about going barefoot all over the place. I feel like God gave us the biggest pores and the least sensitive spot because we're walking on the earth with that, and we're allowing the earth to kind of go into our bodies, right? So anyway, so the feet is the best spot. If you don't know, when you're brand new and you're just starting, I would put everything on the bottom of your feet and dilute everything. And what I mean is dilute is take a carrier oil. I like to use doTERRA's fractionated coconut oil. You could use any coconut oil. If you don't have this, you can use olive oil if you have it at your house, right? You can use anything, unscented lotion. You can use rose hip oil, any kind of like almond oil, anything that you like to go on your skin. I like coconut oil because there's so many benefits of coconut oil. The fractionated coconut oil is a liquid oil. Okay, so it's handy when you're making roller bottles. Okay. And this is non-greasy, so it's actually not going to stain your clothes, which is another bonus. Okay, so you would just put a few drops of this that comes in this, or you can get a pump, a few drops of this in your hand with 1 drop of an essential oil. You can rub it on the bottom of your feet. Okay, I don't know what happened to Mosey. I'm going to click on over just to see.
I
don't know what happened to her. We'll see if she comes back. I'll just keep going. Anyway, so the bottom of the feet is the best spot, but the second best spot would be where you want the oil. So if you're dealing with a stomach issue, or, you would put the oil right over your intestines, right, or your gut. If you're dealing with something on your face, like your wrinkle or your acne, you'd put it right on it. If you're dealing with, like if I burn my finger cooking or something, I will put the lavender right on that. If you're dealing with, if people put breathe on their chest, they can breathe it in. Emotional oils I like putting on the heart because it's right by my heart. So you get the idea. Wherever you need it, you put the oil. It's common sense, but like Deep Blue for the muscles, you put it right on your muscles, right? It looks like she's coming back. Oh, yeah, you're back.
Okay. But now I'm
wondering.
like sideways.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. That's good.
For some reason, my camera flipped.
Oh, okay. Yep.
I can see myself moving and stuff on my laptop. So I don't know if people could hear or see me too, but you couldn't see me at all, I guess.
On my end, it just went black. So that's why I'm like, I don't know if your camera turned off. I still saw your name, but anyway, I just kept rolling with it because I wasn't sure what was going on.
You're awesome.
Okay.
Very cool. Out and come back in.
Yeah. Okay. So then the last way is internally. Okay. And I know there's a big discussion going on in the essential oil world if you take internally or not. And what I want to say is I'm only talking about doTERRA. So don't take anything that I say and then go, try this with the gas station oils, okay? Because those literally say right on there, do not ingest. Don't even use topically. You can't use them for anything except for maybe in a diffuser, and that's again if you want to get all those chemicals in your air at the same time. So anyway, I'm only talking about doTERRA. There are some oils that you can use internally and some that you cannot. And doTERRA is really good is that they will put, at least in the US, they have essential oil supplement. I don't know if you guys can see that. So it will also say for internal use, dilute 1 drop in 4 ounces. So if you don't know what to do, I don't know if you guys can see that, but read the bottles. Everything's on the bottles. Okay. If it says do not, if doTERRA doesn't say do not ingest, they will say use topically and aromatically. So you will know. And there's only a few oils that you just cannot put internally. And if there's a couple oils that have safety caps, so like the Deep Blue or the Wintergreen, and the Deep Blue has wintergreen in it, that you would not put that plant in your body internally, so you would not put the oil in your body internally. And so just be like conscious and smart and like be educated, right? With your oils, and you'll know which ones that you can use. Now, some you're not going to want to like put in your water bottle, which we'll talk in a second because it just tastes nasty. And so we have veggie caps, and I should have brought those here and I left them in my kitchen, but there's a lot of benefit to taking them internally. There's different protocols that you can use. I'm not going to go into that today, but there are veggie caps that you could buy from doTERRA or another source, and you put a couple of drops in it and you swallow it. And that way you get the benefit without the taste. I love to, in my fancy mason jars, right? I drink oils or water, or I put oils in my drink all day long. Okay. So I will start every morning, and you have to use glass or stainless steel, no plastic. I will start my morning with a big quart of water with lemon oil. Okay. So that's my first thing I do every single morning. And then I will drink, I drink at least 4 of these a day. So that's at least a gallon a day. I try to drink a gallon or a gallon and a half a day. There's so many benefits of drinking water, but when I put the oil in it, it tastes better, and so I drink more. So I know that's healthier for me, but it's also cleaning out my system, balances the pH. It helps with digestion. So I like to use lemon, grapefruit, tangerine is awesome. Green mandarin is awesome. And the red mandarin too. Wild orange, lime. There's some peppermint I've added to it before. It's strong, but sometimes I do like that. Digestin, I don't love the taste of that one, so most likely I will do that in a veggie cap. Slim and Sassy, I'm not a huge fan. More of it's a shot glass to take that if I'm doing that. Mosey, what oils do you like to use in your water?
So lemon, of course. I've been really into grapefruit recently because I'm 16 weeks pregnant, and I always gain a lot of weight when I'm pregnant. And so I started this pregnancy a little bit overweight still hadn't shed all the pounds. And so I don't want to gain as much weight as I normally do. And so after, like, I've made sure I've hit all of my protein marks and I've eaten a healthy diet throughout the day, come the evening, I don't want to eat anymore, but I'm like starving. You know, I get all those pregnancy cravings. And so I do, you know, have a little snack or whatever if I'm like really ravenous, but I've been drinking the grapefruit in my water and it's been really helping curb that just extra calorie cravings. I really don't need any more at the end of the night. 10 o'clock, 12 o'clock, I really don't need to eat like another, like I want hamburgers at like midnight. Like it's not, I don't need to eat that at midnight, you know, like I've had plenty of protein. So I've been using that a lot. In my water. Normally I do, I know, normally I do lemon and tangerine is my absolute favorite. But I've been really loving the grapefruit, like I said. And yeah, I do like the digestin actually. If I just do like one drop, it's really nice and mellow. If I'm dealing with something digestive wise, it helps me a lot. But I like peppermint. I like to just put peppermint straight on my tongue and then drink the water. But I do like to add it to my coffee.
Yeah, you're hardcore. The peppermint on the tongue, that is...
not a whole drop. I just like, and then, you know.
Okay, because, yeah, a drop is strong.
The other ones I've done which are kind of different than the citruses, which I actually enjoy, is cardamom and also geranium, which is like really strong. And at first I wasn't sure if I was going to like it because it's sort of like drinking like a flower water, but it tastes really great. And it's in our detoxification blend, the Zendocrine. And I love that blend. Like it tastes and smells so good to me.
Wow. So, you put geranium in your water.
I put it in my water once. And then I've been putting it in the Zendocrine because it's in that blend as well. Yeah, because I did.
And you put Zendocrine in your water.
Sorry?
But you put Zendocrine in your water too, right?
Actually, I haven't put it in my water, but I take it in the capsule.
Okay.
Sometimes when you take oils in a capsule, you then taste them.
Right.
When they open. And that one is very fragrant when it opens, you know, then I taste tangerine and geranium, like very strong, but it's like really pleasant. Like I feel like I have really great smelling breath.
I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I have not tried the I've only done the Zendocrine in the capsule. So yeah, so not in the water. I know my aunt drinks it in the water and I'm like, that's really hardcore.
It's so good. I love that blend. It's amazing.
And
I've been feeling really great from using it as well. So
okay, I love that. And then I have not tried geranium ever in my water, but you know what I have done in my water, and I got this idea. We were at a ski lodge and they had lavender water, but theirs was very sweet, so I'm pretty sure they put sugar in it too. But I'm like, I've done that. I don't love it, but I'm like, you know what? It's something different. You know, you can just put some ice. You can put a little stevia in if you want to match like their lavender water they had. In the spring, if I'm dealing with seasonal issues, right? Seasonal issues. I'll do 1 drop of lemon, 1 drop of peppermint, and 1 drop of lavender in a glass and chug it. And then another 5 minutes later, you do it again. And that will really help any issues that you're going through with the seasonal changes.
I bet.
And I thought it was going to taste a lot worse. And I just put them all together and it was actually fine. And I've given it to my son, Michael, who deals with issues too. And I'm like, just do this. It will work. And it did work.
That's good to know. I didn't know that trick. I like that.
Yeah, that's why I love talking. You know, you like get ideas. And so another thing I was actually thinking about for you too. So peppermint also really, so grapefruit, like if people listening, they're wondering what the grapefruit curbs your appetite. It helps with the blood sugar and cravings and everything. And same with Slim and Sassy, but the peppermint does too. And peppermint after bed, like I don't know if you've ever done this, if you take like hot tea and just put like 1 drop of peppermint in it, like make a peppermint tea, that is one of the top things. And I was in personal training before this, and before I even knew about oils, I would tell my clients, drink peppermint tea at night to stop all of your night cravings and food, you know, just putting them in your mouth, because something about the peppermint, it erases your hunger. So I mean, obviously you're pregnant, so you're not, you said at the end of the day, you've had your max and you're not trying to eat a cheeseburger or something. But for anyone else listening too, if they're dealing with that, I love the idea of the grapefruit, digestion, Slim and Sassy with a peppermint.
It helps me not eat like chocolate cake all day as well. Which like, no matter how many calories I've had or not, like I shouldn't be eating chocolate cake all day, you know, like. If it was up to me, I'd be eating like burgers and chocolate cake like all day long. Like,
yeah, that could be your baby telling you.
Well, and that's just my thing. In my first pregnancy, I did eat almost two chocolate cakes by myself in 1 week. And I had a lot of problems because of that. That's a whole nother story.
Yeah. Okay, so now you have the oils to help that and to digest all of that food too.
Yeah.
Digest then.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I'm glad you're taking note too, because there's going to be a lot of moms that listen to this and they're dealing with that and they feel like I can't control what I'm eating. And I mean, this is obviously not all thing on pregnancy. There's so much we can say about this, but it is important to put in your body, because everything you put in your body is going right to your baby. So you want to make sure you're not giving in to those cravings. They're not real. You don't need them.
Exactly.
You want them. Okay, so we kind of talked about lemon. I would just say one more thing, since we can just kind of go right into the top 10 oils. With lemon, like we're talking about how much we love it, it's also awesome for cleaning, for DIY cleaning, especially if there's other new moms listening and you're like, I find that, and Mosey, I don't know if you find this too, that a lot of moms or women, they don't think about what they're putting in their homes as far as cleaners or laundry or whatever until they have a baby, and they're like, oh, I can't use this because of the baby, you know, which I'm so glad that now they're getting that wake up call, right? And so one of the easiest ways to prepare your home for a baby, or if you already have kids at home, is to switch your toxic cleaners to non-toxic cleaners. It's one of the easiest switches. It's so good, especially for the mom who's cleaning. Most likely they're the mom, the ones cleaning, and, you know, or if you have your kids help, you know, you want them to breathe in something that's natural versus supposed to wear a mask, and on the bottle it says possible death. You know, I don't want my kids doing that or getting into the cabinets. So you can make your own DIY with vinegar or water, but adding in the oil, the lemon oil will erase the vinegar smell, which I know a lot of people don't like that smell. I also use the On Guard, or we have an On Guard cleaning line, which we're not going to talk about right now, but I feel like if someone's listening, that there are options. I always tell people, start with the top 10 oils. That's why we're talking them today. And then the next month, you're going to work on your health and food and supplementing. Then the next month, because I like to do everything in progression so it sticks. We want to create lifestyle changes. Then the next month, you remove all of the chemicals and laundry detergents and dish and floor cleaners. And, you know, moms work so hard to clean, and dads too. This is not just about moms, but we talk to moms, right? So they wash their floor with chemicals and then their baby sits on it all day, you know? So just simple steps that we can do to clean up our environment and our home. And there's emotional benefits to that, which I just love. I'm so into the emotional benefits of the oils.
Because I know I actually like cleaning just so I can smell my homemade cleansers. And I'm not like, I don't like cleaning. Like, I like it when it's clean, but like the actual act. So I've noticed that putting lemon in my cleansers, like I do an all-purpose cleanser, and that's what I use for most of my house, unless I'm doing like a deep something or other that I need, like baking soda and vinegar or whatever. But so my favorite is On Guard, lemon, and peppermint added to that. But I also really love On Guard and just more wild orange added to that. And it smells so good. And then it's like you're happy. You're like smiling while you're like cleaning. And it's really cool.
I love that. And I was just doing a Insta stories yesterday about the green cleaning, and you can use the dryer balls. So you can use natural products and then add oils to the dryer balls and have the clothes smell amazing. And one woman I was just talking to, she has every person in her family. This is way too much. I can't do this because we're lucky they're getting clean clothes in our house. But like every woman or every person in their family had a different scent. Like the husband wants peppermint, this kid wants this, and this kid wants this or whatever. And in my family, they get what they get, you know.
What's your favorite dryer ball oil or blend?
I go to lavender all the time just because it's just a go-to, and I have a lot of lavender, but I also like Purify, especially if we like my workout clothes. We sweat a lot and we have a sauna in our house, and so like if I do towels or my sauna towel or my sweaty clothes, Purify is so good. You can even put the Purify in with the laundry to like the detergent to get it like an extra oomph. I feel like the On Guard laundry, I felt in the beginning, I'm like, I don't really like it. What I was noticing, and this is the same thing with olive oils, and I'm the kind of person where I'm like, if it's good, more is better, right? But that's not the case with oils, and I have to constantly like try to dilute more because less is always more. But when you use half of the amount, like, or half the amount that I was using, the regular amount, it actually works better, where I feel like I don't even have to do a lot of the extra stuff because it works. But I like Purify. I like Citrus Bliss. Citrus Bliss is like, it's so good. And you can't take that one internally. So, I'm like, okay, I diffuse it. I use it in a cleaner, put it on a dryer ball, breathe it in. It's so good. Anyway, those are some of my favorites. Any other things that we can talk about lemon all day. What other things, do you have anything else to add about lemon?
No, so we talked about taking it internally and using it for cleaning, and that's sort of a topical application. Aromatically, I love lemon all the time, diffusing it. It's one of my favorite to add to blends. I love peppermint, lemon, and rosemary for our focus blend for homeschool time. That really wakes everybody up. It gets everybody focused and ready to learn, and it really, really does that. And just when I need to, like since we've been dealing with this cough, so one of the things I've been doing is diffusing a lot so that I can get lots of things, out of the air, all of the things that I don't want in the air, out of the air. So we've been opening up the windows and putting on all the diffusers. And actually I diffused, and we are going to talk about this one. I diffused oregano for the first time. So I did oregano, lemon, and On Guard, and it was amazing. And it smelled really wonderful, actually. And yeah, so lemon's great to diffuse. It just smells so clean. So it makes your house just smell vibrant and clean.
Yes. If the trick is, so obviously I like cleaning my house, but I do find that if I diffuse like something like lemon and I turn the lights on, especially at night, like after dinner or whatever, I feel like the house looks so good just having lights on and diffusing.
Yeah.
So weird. I'm like, I really didn't do anything else, but it looks like I did. Okay, so let's talk about oregano next, because you just talked about diffusing it. I love oregano. Like I have a big story with it, but I've never diffused it. So tell me about that.
So like I said, it was the first time I'd ever diffused it, because I think like you, most of the time I bring out oregano if we're dealing with something and we need, like you said, the big guns, because oregano is a powerhouse for your immune system, and it helps really boost your immunity and bring your health back into balance, right? So we use it primarily in roller blends that we put on our feet or down our spine or on our glands when we're dealing with things. And then me or my husband or my older son will take it internally, either in the On Guard soft gels, which has oregano in it, or we'll make up our own little capsules with the Flume combination, the frankincense, lemon, On Guard, oregano, and melaleuca. We'll put it in there. And so we use it mostly to boost our immune systems. So as I was, looking up more oils and more things to use for my daughter's, cough, because she doesn't like to take oils internally. She's 12, so she can take them internally, but she doesn't like to do that. She will take On Guard honey. I like to make On Guard honey. She likes that. And she loves diffusing Breathe and On Guard all the time. But she was, because it's so funny. It's like I don't have other medicines anymore. And so I'm like, oh, this is like the first cough that hasn't gone away immediately. So I had to like look it up a little bit, like, okay, well, if I don't have the other things I used to use, what should I do for this, to really get the environment cleaner for her and everything, and make sure it doesn't, spread like wildfire with everyone, right? and it's a caulk, so it's harder to like contain. Anyway, so the book said to diffuse oregano, and I was like, well, okay, no problem.
Right.
Like, we'll do it because we need to do it. And I was thinking, okay, my house is just going to smell like spaghetti, which it did kind of smell a little bit like I was cooking pasta.
Everyone's like, I'm hungry.
But mixed with the other oils, it actually blended very nice. And I just did 1 drop in each diffuser with the other oils, 2 or 3 drops of those. And so it was a nice blend, and it smelled pleasant. And it definitely, I felt like it really cleared the air of, nasties that might have been floating around and everything. So as well as it being effective internally and topically for boosting your immunity, it is also effective aromatically that way.
I love that. I'm going to try that, especially if there's something going around. I always do On Guard. I'm like big on Guard. Yeah. The oregano is so important. So for people just listening, it is literally what we call the powerhouse essential oil. Actually, I have my oregano roller bottle right here, because it is so potent and so strong. Oh, perfect. Yep, you've got it. And it just is so good for the immune system that when you do the research, and one of our favorite books is the Essential Life book. Is that the one you were looking at, Mosey?
Yes, ma'am.
Yep. Okay, perfect. When you get into oils, you need that book. And it's an oil Bible. Basically, this is going to help you with everything. But the more you learn about every detail, and I tell people, again, start the top 10 oils. And then their first month, they're learning about the top 10 oils. They're diving into them, researching. I mean, everything's in that book that you need, how to use them, and just use the oils you have. And then, like I said, go on to the other areas of your life next. But I started with that one, and the oils that I started with were not like the most pleasant smelling oils, because I had a specific issue for my immune system. So I had to start with oregano and thyme and black pepper, and Melissa and On Guard and a lot of the immune building ones. And then I also was doing the citrus, in my water. And so oregano, literally, it's hard to talk about it not being compliant, but it's like anti-everything. Just know that. And I was putting it at the bottom of my feet in the beginning, and now I take it internally in a veggie cap as well. I don't even know if the On Guard Plus was a thing. I was in progression, so everyone's story is different. I didn't know how to take things internally in the beginning. I didn't know how I felt about that, except for the citrus. I felt comfortable because I'm like, I'll eat a lemon, I'll eat this. And so I walked around smelling like legit pizza for like months, like putting it on the bottom of my feet. And people even told me, but I'm like, I don't care, because I know the difference. It was working, and I actually began to start liking the smell and my routine of rubbing my feet down every day and whatnot. But you do have, I would say the only thing for someone listening, you have to dilute oregano every time. You can't put it on neat, which means straight with undiluted. You have to dilute it, and you have to use it for 10 days, and you have to stop for 20 days, and you can start again. So in that, let's say you are dealing with something like I was dealing with something where I had to take some powerhouse oils every day for months, versus a couple days because you're trying to like zap something out. You can do oregano for 10 days and switch to thyme for 20 days and then back to oregano. Give your body a break, just like you would give your body a break of a medication. It's 10 days and your body gives a break. Same thing with oregano. I also like using it in pasta sauces, and I'll add it like to spaghetti sauce or whatever, and it just smells so good. But I only need 1 or 2 drops for our whole family. It's very potent, and a little goes a long way. Okay, don't do like 5 drops because your family, like, it's going to be overpowering for your family. Okay, cool. Let's talk about, and this is what let's talk about the Breathe oil, because I know that's one of your, no, that was not one of yours. That's one of your popular oils. Tell me your other popular of the top 10 oils. I want to make sure we have enough time to talk about those.
The ones I use the most, you mean?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, I use peppermint almost every single day. So, and Melaleuca, I'm in love with these.
Yeah, I just got back from leadership, and they're changing the name to tea tree.
Oh, really?
In the other countries, it's tea tree already. And so now it's going to be tea tree and then Melaleuca small. Before it was Melaleuca and then tea tree.
Well, and yeah, that's what it is. Everybody commonly knows it as tea tree. So,
Right.
But doTERRA's Melaleuca or tea tree is amazing. Like before I started with doTERRA, I really didn't like tea tree very much at all. I used it when I needed something for the skin. You know, it's very good for your skin, and dealing with, you know, minor issues on your skin. So I would use it for things like that, but I really didn't like the smell of it, and I didn't like the cooling effect. But when I first opened the bottle from my first kit, I fell in love and I couldn't stop smelling it. I was like, what is the deal with this? And I think it's because it smells so pure, and it comes from Australia, and it's the real deal, you guys. It's not adulterated. Like Bonnie said, they don't put anything in, they don't take anything out. It is amazing. And it feels wonderful on your skin. Now I take it internally, I use it topically, and I use it aromatically. I mean, I love this stuff. And my husband and I have a joke, because if anything comes up with him, I'm like, well, Melaleuca, you know, because it works for so many different things. It's a very complex oil, and that's one thing I love about essential oils, is that they have such a range of you know, constituents in them, and they are able to address so many different things, and I love that. So Melaleuca is amazing. I use this internally on the tongue if we're dealing with any sort of throat irritation of any sort. And it works very well. It has sort of a numbing effect when you use it orally. So it's also good for oral care, you know, bleeding gums or, you know, aches with your teeth or anything like that. It helps clean up that environment in there. And so it numbs the area. So it feels really great on your throat if you're having any sort of irritation. And it works really quickly to, you know, get rid of whatever's causing that. But it tastes terrible.
You are really hard.
But I love it because it's so effective. So like my son lets me give him Melaleuca internally, and he's almost 15. And so he's able to take oils internally, and it works really great for him. It's one of his oils. I've found with my kids that certain oils will like energetically work with them, and other oils won't work so well with, you know, each one is different, you know. And so Melaleuca is one of my oils, and it's one of his oils. I don't think it's one of my daughter's oils, because she likes it on her skin, but that's it, you know. She likes it for using for her preteen skin and everything. And so
I love it. I love it. Melaleuca is, yes, that and lavender and frankincense, so you can pretty much do anything with it. It's funny that you say about my son, because my son also loves the Melaleuca or the tea tree, and he's 11. So we do a couple things with it. So one, if he's getting like any dry skin, we can just put in the shampoo, and so it will help with the scalp. But my kids, so their ages 13 and then 11. Okay, so Grace and Michael, and they are dealing with hormonal or sweat or whatever, acne, you know, different things that come up. And of course, at that age, they're just like the end of the world. So they keep a bottle of Melaleuca or tea tree in their medicine cabinet, or doTERRA medicine cabinet, and they know to put that on straight as soon as they're getting one, and they're like, it works. So they are like, don't touch my tea tree. They're very specific about it. And then we use the HD Clear, and they'll just rub that all over their face, but they'll do the spot treatments basically with the and I love, because we have 4 kids, like I said, but I have 3 boys, and all the kids share the bathroom. And in our house, that's also the main family bathroom. So like the guest, like people come to our house, they all share that one. And so I like to diffuse Melaleuca, and then I'll switch out On Guard. But I like to go through Melaleuca, because when they walk into my bathroom, especially with the 3 boys going to the bathroom in there, you know, like I'm like, I need something fresh and very clean. Do you know what I mean? To like, no good, not like a boy bathroom.
Oh my goodness, yeah. I've got 2 boys, and it's like I want to paint a target like inside my toilet.
Yes.
You know that I think we need that.
I
Target toilets.
I saw that you can actually buy now. They have a light you put on your toilet, and it will like shine a light in there, and they have to aim for the light. But now it's like we're moving, and now my whole family is like ganging against me how we need to put urinals in our next house, and I'm like, can you guys just learn how to aim? Like, we have a urinal. Is that necessary? You know. So anyway, okay. So then let's talk about peppermint. So you started to touch on that.
Yeah. So peppermint. So I deal with a lot of head tension. Like, normally I'm going to put some on right now. Yeah. So I just go like this. I don't even do like a whole drop. And then I can just put that, you know, kind of like my little Xena warrior, you know, headdress. But be very careful not to get it too close to the eyes or in the eyes, because it definitely does sting. And then you want to dilute it with, you know, olive oil or coconut oil or something like that to clean it out. Don't use water. The peppermint is really great for head tension or any sort of muscle soreness or tension. And it's also good for your digestive health and for your digestive system. It's good for oral health. So primarily, I think in my house, I use it for head tension, like I said, and then I'll diffuse it also for perking everybody's mood up and raising the energy, because it's a really great energy boost. Like my husband, if he's falling asleep after work, which happens a lot, then I just have to start like diffusing peppermint or wafting it under his nose, and he'll perk up. Like he will actually wake up and then be like awake. It's really funny. But yeah, so we use it. I mean, we use it all three ways in our house, but I use this every single day because I have head tension almost every single day. Especially now with the pregnancy, I'm not getting as much acute head tension as I was getting. I'm just getting like this mild everyday head tension, which is really annoying, but still this works amazing. And my daughter also, with her cold thing that she's dealing with, whatever it is, she had some sinus pressure. And so we put the peppermint on there, and that was in the middle of the night, you know, she woke up, and so I tended to her. And then in the morning, she's like, Mom, your peppermint is amazing. Oh. She's like, I don't feel that anymore. Oh, like, awesome.
I love that.
So, yeah, so it's great for opening up the airways, and, you know, it's just really wonderful for so many different reasons. So we never run out of this. I always have at least a couple bottles. Like I'm almost out of this one, but that's okay because I've got like 2 or 3 in my back stock.
Never run out. Yeah.
Never run out of this baby.
Yes. So I keep that in my purse, and I'll use it like under the tongue is my fresh breath, you know, thing. Or I have a breath spray that I have, and I like diffusing it with wild orange, especially when you're waking the family up. You're like, whoo, up and alive and happy. Okay, cool. So we talked about those. Let's talk about the frankincense next, because we were kind of talking about it. Basically, this is the king of all oils. It is one of the ones that I use with boosting my immune system. I will put under a tongue. So I thought it was hardcore until I met Mosey, and now I'm like amateur because she's doing everything else. But I love the way it smells. In the beginning, I was just like, oh, what? It smells exactly how you think it would smell. Literally, like something old taken from like ancient times. And when you add frankincense to anything, either in a diffuser blend or in a roller bottle, it will actually make those oils more powerful. So you can add it up to like pretty much anything. But the thing around doTERRA, we say, when in doubt, bring your frankincense out, because it literally helps with everything, and it, again, to the cellular level. So if you're not sure what you're going through, or if you just want to feel better emotionally, breathe it in or put it on the bottom of your feet, and it will go into your body. Again, it sounds weird, but it knows what to do with it. Your body will know what to do with it, and it will help with any mood and just help with whatever you're going through. When the more research you do on frankincense, some people, like, this is their absolute favorite oil. They will never go a day without it. You know, I mean, is that what you would say? I'll show you just one drop under the drop. That's it.
Yeah, we use frankincense a lot. Probably for if we're talking daily basis, either I'll add it to my head tension routine,
Uh-huh.
like what Bonnie just did, putting it under the tongue. If I'm really dealing with, like I said, an acute head tension session, I'll use that. I can use it topically and internally, and it's really great. This actually, for our regular day, we have it in our Owie blend, which she mentioned before, lavender, melaleuca, and frankincense for skin. And so we use that. You know, my kids, they're always scraping their knee or, you know, scratching themselves or something on something. You know, and even my husband, he cut his thumb on a knife at work. And so we used that blend, you know, and it really helps with cellular repair and, you know, helping the skin to heal itself and whatnot. And it's really effective in that. And like she said, it sort of works with everything, all the other oils, and helps enhance their other abilities. So we love it for that. So we use it, I think, a lot probably for daily. It would probably be for topical skin issues.
Yeah.
And then also it's in my beauty routine and everything, adding it to my, I use the doTERRA, the moisturizing cream now from the regular essentials line. So I'll add it to that if I want to. Although I've been adding the Yarrow Palm, which is not the top 10 oil, but I love that oil. So anyway, lots of good things. It's also great. So like I said, I'm pregnant, right? And so your tummy starts to get itchy and tight. And it's really wonderful for those stretch marks and all that skin that is growing and moving and stretching. And so it's really wonderful to add to that routine. And just, you can put it on straight if you want, or you can dilute it so you can really rub it around. It's safe enough and gentle enough to put on straight or neat. And then the other thing that's interesting is this is the oil for my family anyway. This is the oil that puts my 3-year-old to bed. So she doesn't, I've tried so many different things with her, and sometimes they'll work, but nothing's been consistent until recently. I've done a blend with frankincense, cedarwood, and bergamot. And that is,
love that.
that's the winner for her. So that will really relax her and get her in the zone. In about 10 minutes, she'll fall asleep, which is great. Because normally for most kids, it's lavender or serenity, right? And so this one, I think it's the bergamot is really great for your mood and everything, and cedarwood is very relaxing and good for sleep. And that's one of her oils because she gets eczema, and cedarwood is what helps her skin go back to normal. And the frankincense, I think it just really calms her down because it's so grounding and calming oil. So yeah. So that's kind of how we use frankincense. And then I kind of just save it for when I really need it. You know, it's a precious oil.
It is.
Precious.
It's one of our, you know, more expensive oils. So I always say if you could find an oil that's like lavender or one of the cheaper ones, like always use that first, because that would probably work. When your blend, was that a diffuser blend or was that a roller ball blend or
blend? And it was actually in a make and take kit. I can't remember the name of it right this second, but so I found it there, and so I had made it up, and I had tried it on her one other time and didn't really notice anything. But then I went through several. I've tried lots of oils for this girl. You know, she's 3.5. You know, 3-year-olds don't like to go to sleep, and so I was like, I'm going to try that again and see. And this time, I think the first time I only put it on the back of her neck, but now I put it on the back of her neck and on the bottom of her feet and a little swipe across the chest. So she really gets the aromatics as well. And that was the magic combo and application method.
Okay. And so you bring up a good point. So can you for people listening? And then I'm like, I just looked at the time. We're going to have to like give like one example for each oil next, but can you quickly talk about what that means? Is like, okay, one oil might not work for one person, or you have to try different things because someone listening brand new, or they maybe tried an oil and they're like, that didn't work for me. What would you say to them?
Yeah, well, so, when you go to like the doctor or something, they might prescribe a certain medicine to you, and maybe that works for 90% of the people, but it may not work for you, or it might give you side effects that you're not okay with or whatever. And so then you go back and they give you something else. Well, essential oils are no different. They're complex And like I said, they have many different constituents. So where lavender works for so many different things, and for the majority of people, it will relax them and calm them and let them, get ready for sleep, and they'll have a really great night's sleep. And for others, it doesn't do the same thing because of its chemical nature. And so what's really cool is like when you look up in your handy dandy book, when you look up anything in your book, because this has a resource, section in the beginning, like an A to Z quick reference guide. So you can look up whatever it is you're looking for. So say you're looking up acne, it's going to give you like 5 different oils that you can use for acne. And so, you just start with the first one and see how you respond to that. Or like Bonnie said, start with the least expensive one so that if you need to get it every month, you can keep that up, right? But see how your body responds to that, because everybody is different. Like I love Melaleuca, but my daughter's like, no, that's not my oil for my immune system,
Mm-hmm.
and everybody is different. And so you could just keep trying one until you find one. And there's so many different oils out there, and they have such a range of, abilities, I guess you could say, that you will find which ones your body naturally resonates with if you give it a little bit of time and a little bit of, research. And like Bonnie said, start small and dilute everything, and start with the least expensive oils and work your way towards, finding what works for you, because we're all different. And I love that about essential oils, is that you can find something, and because we're all different and there's so many different oils, like, you don't have to go, if it doesn't work for you, you're just out of luck. Like there's hope.
Right. Yeah, you're investing into your health and into your body. It's worth knowing. It's worth taking that time to figure it out. And it's fun. It's like a new hobby, but you're healthier at the same time. Okay, so now we'll talk about the Breathe. I was thinking that was you, but I was just talking to a lady this morning, and she was like, Breathe changed their life. I mean, I hear this from so many people, but they're dealing with any respiratory issues, any respiratory things at all. That is one of the best oils to run to for yourself, for your kids. You can put it in a diffuser and run it aromatically next to their bed. I know during certain times of the year, like I said, Michael, I will have it like literally by his bed, and he'll be breathing in the Breathe. You could put it in your chest and like kind of make a little like tent and breathe it in, you can use it before running or exercise to deepen the breath. What else do you want to add to that?
That's pretty much the same as how we use it as well.
I love it. Okay, and then On Guard. We've talked about On Guard so many times. So it's the protective blend. Yep. And you can diffuse it. You can put it on the feet. You can mix it in roller bottles. I make DIY hand sanitizer with it. You can add it to oatmeal. I mean, it tastes like pie. You could literally add a pie recipe. I mean, you can make homemade cleaners. It's the must-have. All these are must-haves, but if you have kids, especially in the fall, in the winter, when everything is going around, you should be diffusing that daily to clean the air. Just preventative measure.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can use it all 3 ways, like Bonnie was saying. So you want to diffuse it, you want to use it in rollers, and you can use it internally, like she said. And I've never done it in oatmeal, but that's awesome. But the only thing I want to add is On Guard honey has been like a blessing for my kids. They love that. And we just take about half a cup of honey, and you add about 3 to 5 drops of On Guard, and then stir it up. And then all you do is give them a teaspoon at a time, depending on their ages. Like for my younger ones, it's just like 1 teaspoon or half a teaspoon per day when they're dealing with something, or you just want to, stuff's going around in your neighborhood or something like that, and you just want to boost their immune system. Or for my older kids, they might do it more frequently, and they're not getting very much. It's a very small amount when you do it that way. And so it's just sort of like that homeopathic type of, I guess, oh my goodness, I'm totally blanking on the word I want. Pregnancy brain. Anyway, so that kind of way of using it. Anyway, and so it works really well that way, and they love it and tastes really good. You can also just do that and then add that to tea as your honey. So
yes, I love it. I love it. We love the local honey is best, but we love doing the tea, and we'll add lemon and we'll add other things to it also. But okay, so Digescent, talk about that one next, because I know you said you kind of like the taste of it.
Yeah.
You like it or you don't. It tastes like black licorice because the
I know most people, you know, a lot of people don't like the taste of it because of the fennel, because it tastes like black licorice.
Mm-hmm.
But if you like that, if you like black licorice, then you'll probably enjoy it. But it's really, you can use it all three ways, and so it's good to diffuse, especially like in the car. It really helps with tummy issues in the car that can come up. Or you can dilute it and put it into a roller, or doTERRA makes an already made Digescent touch roller, and that one's great to just rub on your belly, and that would be really great for kids. They're always getting sick in the car, you know, tummy troubles and whatnot, and so that it's really effective for any sort of indigestion or tummy issue. I've been using it a lot during my pregnancy for the morning sickness, along with a couple other things as well. But anyway, so we use it like that. And then internally, you can put it in water and drink it like that if you like that. Or you can put it into a capsule if you're not into the taste. And then it'll still have the benefits without the taste.
Yep. I love that. When my cousin was pregnant, she was getting heartburn. And she'd put one drop on her chest and rub it in. You dilute it or just put it on straight. And she's like, it worked fast.
Nice. I'm going to have to do that because I always get heartburn in the third trimester. And so, yep.
Yep, try that out. Go ahead. What were you going to say?
The other thing we've been using Digescent, and this is a hack that we found out about, I think in the Essential Oil Club, is to use Digescent when you're dealing with a lot of congestion. You can put it along the ridge of your nose, and it will help relieve that. And it is very effective. So I've been doing that with my daughter, and she was like, oh my goodness, Mom, your trick works.
Yeah. So. I learned that from the Oil Club too. So for those listening, once you join our team, we have this amazing private community that's not really private now. There's thousands of people in it, but it's a huge community. It's growing because everyone's wanting to join, obviously, but everyone's sharing their stories and their experiences. If you have a question, you can just ask it, or you plug it into the search bar, and hundreds of things will literally come up. We've been doing this group for years, and you'll go on 24/7, because if you're here in the US and you are asking, like if you're up in the middle of the night nursing, the Australian team is up in that time. Do you know what I mean? Like there's always someone on to answer your questions. You're never alone with this journey. Like it took us a long time to get to where we are. And that's why we say start with the top 10 oils, get familiar with that. You can help about 80 to 90% of your issues with just those. And then you'll become oil junkies like we are, right? Where you're going to know more and you're gonna be experimenting and loving them. And it just becomes this fun process that you go through, but you have to, you have to start at the beginning and you work your way up. And so don't feel overwhelmed. We have a community here to help you. But the Digescent, I was dealing with a sinus issue that like I've only had one in my life. And then I had this other one over Christmas. So it's only my second time in my life dealing with this issue. And again, couldn't breathe, and someone had said that put the Digescent, because I was putting breathe there, but they put the Digescent oil on your nose, and I was just like, I'm just so miserable. I'm like, I doubt it will even work, because you when you're going through that, you're like, suffering. And I put it on, and instantly I was like breathing, and even my husband's like, you stop breathing. I'm like, I can't believe I can breathe, because it's still like you're still congested, but I was like, that's a miracle. And even like my husband's like, that is crazy, because you can breathe all day and now instantly you're breathing. Anyway, until you're in that situation, you put that in your back pocket until you're in it, and then you're going to be so thankful you know about it. Okay, so the last oil, we made it this far. Deep Blue. Deep Blue is the last one.
So Deep Blue.
Yeah.
So Deep Blue is our soothing blend, and so we use it mostly for achy muscles or joints. It's like my favorite to rub on my neck if I've been on the computer forever. And actually, I have here a roller that I made with lavender, frankincense, and deep blue. And this is just our regular, oh my gosh, my hands have like lotion on them. It's a 15 milliliter bottle that I just recycled.
I'm all
put a
about
roller cap on it. Yeah. And then you can just roll that right on your neck. And I've just diluted it with the fractionated coconut oil. And it's so relieving. It feels so good when your neck's all sore from computer stuff, which we all are at the computer probably too long every day. But so yeah, so that's, we mostly use it for that. And then for my kids, they like it on their legs. You know, my 7-year-old is always using it on his legs for those achy, you know, kind of growing issues, growing pains, whatnot.
Yes, and Deep Blue, well, one, we joke in doTERRA that it's like the gateway for the men into doTERRA, because once they might, depending on the man, right, but like sometimes they're like, what's an oil? You know, I don't know if that's going to help me. And of course, I don't have any emotional needs at that time, right? So, but then they put on the Deep Blue or the rub, and they're like, okay, this actually works. You know, it kind of like opens their mind to other doTERRA products. Talk about being pregnant. So when I was pregnant, I wish I had Deep Blue, because I don't know about you, but like my hip flexors, like right in the front of my legs, were just always in pain, especially at the end of the pregnancy. And so I'm like, I wish I had Deep Blue just to like rub all over my hip flexors.
Yeah. I anticipate when I start having those pains, I haven't had too many yet, but I know they're coming. The Deep Blue Rub, which is our oil that's in a lotion blend, I love that for hip issues or any sort of, you know, because even after you're pregnant, then you're carrying the baby on your hip. And I always get issues more than, because I have a tendency to favor one side and not switch enough. And so then my hips are just like dying, you know, and so this is going to be really wonderful.
Yeah, I love that idea. And then, and so then opposite of that, if women are dealing with cramping, the Deep Blue is really good for the cramping. I like the Deep Blue Rub because I feel like it actually works a little bit faster, but the Deep Blue oil you can rub with coconut oil or just put it on, and it works fast. I mean, I've dealt from someone who's dealt with menstrual issues my whole life. I feel like the Deep Blue Rub is something that works faster than like any Midol or any kind of thing that I've tried fast, because you just put it on and it's instantly soothing to the muscles that you're just like a normal person. It will just calm you down. Same with the Clary Calm. It doesn't take long. You might have to reapply it, you know, throughout the day, but I've gotten so many women hooked on the Deep Blue for the menstrual cramps that they get. Okay, so we made it through. Let's wrap it up. But you can tell, like, we're so passionate. Like when we want to talk about oils, we literally can talk the whole day. So it's pretty good that we didn't take longer than what we did, I guess. So this video is private in Mosey's Facebook group. Okay, so the people that are watching this are in her group. Either you're watching it live now, which we do have people on watching it live, or you're watching it the recording, or Mosey's going to send you here, and you know, and she's thinking of you and wants to share this information with you. So Mosey, tell them the best way to get started. Let's say they've watched this and now they're like, I need those top 10 oils. Actually, they want all of them, but we're going to start with the top 10 oils. That's usually what everyone starts with. So it's called the Home Essential Kit. You get the big bottles, and you're going to get the diffuser. And this alone is $50 diffuser. The top 10 oils, it's $275 US, and it's the most it's the top selling kit, but it's the cheapest way. It's the most affordable way, cost effective way to get started, because they give you at a discount when you buy the whole kit. And then you're trying the top 10 oils. Then you get access to our community, which is worth the price, I think. I love our community. I love it. Like it's like my baby. I love that community so much. And then you get Mosey, and you get what Mosey's help, you know. So Mosey, tell them what you offer them, and then how they actually get started with you.
Yeah. So, like Bonnie said, you get access to our private essential oil club, which Bonnie has created for all of us to enjoy. And then something that I like to add on is a free gemstone roller with a personalized blend in there. And you also get a little goodie bag. So we would hop on the phone and have a conversation so we can make the best blend for you, and get you started with the best kit. The Home Essentials is our most popular. There's a bunch of other kits as well. So we can tailor it to your situation if needed, but hands down, you want to start with the top 10 oils for sure. So all you would do is just give me a message, send me a message, and we will hop on the phone, or we can even chat through Messenger, and I can, we can get started that way and go from there. And you'll get a nice little welcome goodie bag from me in the mail, which has a lot of fun stuff to try out and get started with. And if you are really gung-ho and you start with the Home Essentials kit and then set up your loyalty rewards order, then I will give you a free book the next month, which is, like we said, our oil Bible that we use all the time. And this book, let me get to a nice picture, has beautiful pictures in here and lots of information for every oil and how to use all the different oils and all of the different supplements and whatnot, as well as a whole section in the back here where it talks about different body systems and how to use it as well. So this is like a $27 value. So I'll give you guys that for free too, because I want everybody to be educated and empowered and ready and not scared to use their oils. And of course, I'm available all the time. Well, not all the time, but almost all the time for oil questions and whatnot and everything. So
I love it. I love it. And also when you get started, so you get all these awesome things, but from doTERRA, you're also going to get 25% off.
Oh yeah.
All of the products. And with that, you get free, there's options to get free oils every single month, which we will help you to know what to do to qualify for that. They have discounts every month, so they have 10% off products every month. And then in our group, we have giveaways, multiple giveaways a month, where we're just pouring in to education. And when you go into our group, we have videos, we have files, we have photo albums, we have Q&A, we have constant education to get you going. That you're never going to be without a resource. You will feel confident, you'll feel empowered. And it just takes small steps, but we will help you because this is what we do and we're passionate about it. And so anyway, Mosey, thanks for having me. I'm just so excited. I loved it. And you guys, Mosey is kicking it. Like, she is a busy mom, homeschooling, pregnant, and she's still sharing the oils because it's changing their life. And she wants to change your life. And she's dedicated to this and to this lifestyle and to continuing to grow so she can help others. And she's doing that every month by helping more families kind of go in the more natural route. And she's living by example. And you are in really good hands when you're with her because she's living it, So thank you so much.
Thank you, Bonnie.
You're welcome. All right. So we'll leave this live in the group. I'm going to end the broadcast.
All right. Thanks, everybody.